This is my 1996 Buick Roadmaster. I'm actually going to sell this car today, so I wanted to make this video because I've been meaning to make a video like this ever since my 1995 got wrecked, and this is actually going to be the last chance I get to do it. So I'm over here at a car wash stall. I went ahead and cleaned her up, and I'm going to do a quick walk around real quick so you can get an idea what it looks like. Now, this is a 1996 model Buick Roadmaster. Here, let me show you the, that's actually pretty cool. You get a little cool collector's edition tag on it, where before my old one had a 1995 regular Buick emblem on it. Okay, quick backstory. So I had a 1995 Buick Roadmaster, and it got wrecked. You might have seen a thread about it on YouTube, but anyway, it got wrecked. The front end got taken off by a girl in a Ford Ranger, and let me tell you, dude, there is no more destructive force in the world than a teenage blonde girl and a Ford Ranger. If it has a lift kit, oh, it's Armageddon right there. So, note to President Obama: if you want to win a war, don't send troops, just send about 10 of them. 10 teenage girls and Ford Rangers, man, they'll fuck up anything you need fucked up. So, anyway, insurance paid out. I got a new one. Well, not a new one, but I actually found this one on Craigslist. And it actually looks a lot better than when I had picked it up. But there's a short period where I decided whether I should try to fix the old one or try to, you know, just go ahead and buy a new one off of Craigslist. You know, both options seem pretty difficult, because the old one, you couldn't find body parts anywhere. You know, you live in Houston and you try to look for some Roadmasters and you're not going to find them. Body parts are nothing. I mean, and even if you do find some stuff, I mean, it is just trashed out and nothing you really want to deal with. Of course, if you look on Craigslist, these cars are going on about 14 to 16 years old respectively, depending on which one you want. Of course, you want the one with the LT1 engine in it, so that's what you want. So if you're looking at it, and a lot of them have already been picked up and donked out and screened out or whatever, so it's really hard to find one in clean shape. Now, the body of this one looks pretty good. If you look at I posted another YouTube video when I first got it, and the interior and the exterior didn't look anywhere near as good as this one. But I'll get to that in a second. So let me just finish doing my walk around real quick. As you can see, this one, the body panels are still very good condition. The door panels, which these themselves are pretty much worth their weight in gold. The back seats are pretty much a transfer over from my 95. When I got a hold of the 96, it had basically what I was looking for, which was clean body panels, no major body damage, and everything lined up pretty well. And it even had these really cool wheels right here. These are Buick wheels right here. What I didn't realize is that they're aluminum. I mean, they're all aluminum, so they're light. They are a lot lighter than a standard wheel that you get on a car. I took this one off, and I couldn't believe how light it was. So, anyway, and the front end is actually, amazingly enough, in pretty good condition. The grille is awesome. The headlights aren't even like cracked or specked or whatever. And you know, the front end, the license plate isn't specked with bugs. So all in all, it's a pretty clean car. Now, as far as the interior-wise, I got it pretty cheap because the car did have some issues with it that apparently the guy just didn't want to deal with. One of them was that the check engine light was on, so of course the inspection was out. He didn't want to deal with that. The car was pulling really badly to the right, and he thought it needed alignment, which it turned out to be a lot more than that. You know, and the interior, even though it was clean, what you find out, especially when you look at these cars, that people have different definitions of what clean is. You know, and mine, the interior he had was barely passable, so I just decided to, when I got the car, the plan was just to swap the interior from my 95 over into the 96. As far as the rear trunk, the entire liner was taken out. Because apparently he had gone fishing or something and spoiled the interior, so the entire trunk liner is gone. Just like, you know, you can't even find these trunk liners. And then, you know, he just rips it out because he let some fish sit in it overnight. So that kind of gives you an idea what these cars go through. I mean, if people who still have these Roadmasters, they really quite literally don't realize what type of a gold mine they're sitting on, because the interior panels themselves, like I said, just the miscellaneous stuff, the seats, I mean, these things are worth their weight in gold, especially to collectors. So, yeah, so it was very well worth my time to swap out the interior and take care of everything I needed to get taken care of. Anyway, just a few quick notes. This is a 1996, so it's the Collector's Edition, in case you're wondering what that means. Well, you get the cool little limited, which is really cool. I don't know if it's nighttime, it wouldn't light up, but at nighttime, that actually lights up. So it'll light up with limited, so that looks pretty baller. You get the aluminum wheels. Let me see. You actually get the high-performance suspension. Well, the tow package suspension, but basically it sits on stiffer springs, and the suspension shares a lot more in common with the Impala SS than it did with like the regular Roadmaster. My 95 was just kind of a boat when it went over the roads, but anyway, there's a nice little love tap right there. Let me go ahead and show you the engine. So, there we go. The engine I really like. This is a lot cleaner, a lot better condition than what my 1995 was in. Okay, so you pick it up, and booyah. Now what I really like is this is in a lot better shape than what my 96 was in. The little dome light, well, last I checked, works. And on my 95, that was all torn up. But anyway, here's the engine. It needs a little bit of a rinse down, but now this is interesting. People ask me what this is. Well, this is actually a mechanical fan. The old 95s, if they were just a regular non-tow package equipped, then you got two electric fans. But that's actually a manual fan that kicks on. It has its own bracket or whatever, and then when it breaks, you can't fix them because GM doesn't even make the bracket anymore for them. So, and they've been known to split at the bracket. So, you know, when that happens, you just switch it over to an all-electric setup. But it's all in all, it's pretty cool. Now, the guy says that the transmission's been rebuilt, which that in itself was a deal. Of course, when I picked up the car, he didn't give me the receipts, and I forgot to ask for them, so I just got to kind of take it for his word for it. Now, the good thing that I like is that it's got a posi traction rear end, and what that means is that, of course, if you hit the gas pedal, both tires spin out. Let me see if I can go ahead and get a, there's my license plate, hope you don't look me up. But anyway, there's underneath the car, and one of the big telltale signs, you can see the massive sway bar that's there. I mean, that's a pretty big sway bar. The last one on my 95 just kind of had the sway bar. It looked like a little string of spaghetti strapped from one end to the other, but anyway. So yeah, so this is about it. This is the 1995 Buick, or 1996 Collector's Edition Roadmaster. Let me go ahead and start it up. Another thing I liked about this car, what prompted me to buy it, was just little stupid telltale signs. This one actually has a student parking pass in the corner of the window, which my old 95 also had a parking pass in the corner of the window, so I kind of took that like a sign, like, yes, this is the one to find, or whatever. It's got the tint, you know, all the way around. Now, this tint is like gangstered out, so I actually haven't been able to inspect the car yet because this tint isn't legal, and I have a friend who knows that they got a tint legal, or tint-friendly shop, as they try to call it, or whatnot. Another thing I like is that it actually has a remote start, just like my old 95 did. And it's actually a remote start. But the guy who had it wired up at a flea market, so the check engine light goes off if you use it. So I just don't use it anymore. But it is kind of cool. You sit in it. Hang on, let me go. You sit in it, and there's a little sensor right there. I went ahead and remounted it up there, a little Jiffy Lube sticker. Now what's really cool is that it also has a CD player. So, you know, which my 95 didn't. Of course. So yeah, so let me just go ahead and, you know, I got my little deal right there, a little ashtray right there, little glove compartment right there. Got the book. Actually, still have the original window sticker to it. So that was something. See, there we go. Buick Roadmaster, premium American motor cars. See, that's pretty baller right there when they talk about it being premium. But the window sticker's in there, actually. Let me. Well, it's in there somewhere, but I don't want to wind up destroying it trying to show off to a bunch of YouTube people, so there we go. Got a lot of options that my other one didn't, but like I said, you know, this interior was pretty trashed out, so this is actually my 95 interior. I mean, the top dash, everything. So, all in all, I buffed out pretty well. So finally, the last thing I wanted to show, One thing I did to this car that I always wanted to do to my 95. Oh yeah. Oh. I figure why not? If you got a V8, you need to show it off. Hell, you got to pay premium dollars nowadays to get a car with a V8. So, of course, it's got a dual exhaust, and I just went ahead and cut out the mufflers and resonators. So, anyway, that's my 96 Buick Roadmaster. Hope you enjoyed the walk around, and let me know if you got any questions about it.